All right, factor and sketch the graph negative f of x equals negative x cubed plus 4x squared plus 5x. So first off, it says to factor, and so um, f of x will be equal to, you can factor out a negative x from all these, so negative x times x squared minus 4x minus 5. And now that x squared minus 4x minus 5, that also can factor out, or factor down. So we have f of x is equal to negative x times x minus 5 and x plus 1. So now that we've got it factored, let's grab our roots. And our roots are going to be 0, 5, and negative 1. Okay, remember we talked on the last video that these are our roots where x, what x will equal to get y, or f of x, equal to 0. And so it's where it's going to hit the x-axis. These are x-intercepts. We have one at 0, negative 1, and I'm just sketching. It's not an exact drawing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere right around there. All right. And so we've got our roots, and our roots are going to where the graph's going to touch the x-axis and head on through there, and we'll get more specific about that in the next couple of videos. But we know where it's going to hit the x-axis. Now let's see where it starts. So we need to know its end behavior. So ours is our leading term, that negative x cubed, is an odd degree. So we know that the two ends are going opposite directions, either starting at positive infinity and at negative infinity, or starting at negative infinity and ending at positive infinity. And it depends on the leading coefficient. Our leading coefficient here is negative 1, so it's a negative number. Okay, so when it's a negative coefficient and it's an odd degree, then it's going to start at the positive, because remember there's 3 x's here, so that's x times x times x times that negative 1 out front. And now if each of these x's were negative, so negative times negative times negative would give us a negative, but then times that negative out front would give us a positive. So we're going to start at positive infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, f of x is going to approach positive infinity. And on the other side, when x gets to positive infinity, so if I had positive x times positive x times positive x, that would give me a positive, but multiplied by the coefficient, that's a negative number, and that will give me a negative y value. So as x gets more and more positive, y gets more and more negative. So it's going to end heading down towards negative infinity. So we've got our end behavior, we got our roots, and now we can sketch it. So it's going to head on down. It's got to go through that root. Now it's got to get back up to this root over here, so it's got to turn at some point. Head on through. It's got to turn again and head back down to get through that root and head on towards negative infinity. All right, hope that helped.